Good day, welcome to our YouTube channel. It's another weekend for our weekly analysis where I talk about what happened in the market the previous week and what actually comes to fruition. What I'll be watching the coming week. Today's date is 9th of February 2025, where the analysis for today is what I'll be using for 10th till 14th of February 2025. Without wasting much of our time, let's dive into the bolts and nuts of today. As usual, we'll start with our bellwether, which is the dollar index. As of last week on dollar index, I was watching the market price, the reaction of the market price around 109,000, 109 big figure. So 109 big figure was traded into, and we saw a good movement into very close to 10,000, very close to 110 big figure. So the movement on the candle on Monday, the high went as far as 109.881. So 109 big figure has been taken, 109.5 has been taken, and we fell short of 110 big figure. So what next? How do I interpret this information? So easy. Since the market price has been ranging below 109 big figure, so I am still interested in around 106.5 or 106 big figure, thereabouts. So I'm expecting in the coming week, as long as the market price stays below this week consequence encroachment, this week here, this particular week, as long as the market price stays below it, I'll be expecting this low to be taken. That is around 107 big figure. So I'll be expecting 107 big figure the coming week to be traded into. So the low of this candle is around 10. Okay, the low of that candle was 106.969. So I'll be watching if the market will be interested in taking this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, to see it as an inversion fair value gap, because presently it's acting as a reclaimed fair value gap. But the coming week I'll be interested in it turning to an inversion fair value gap. If it turns into an inversion fair value gap, what I mean by that is this: when the market sees this movement downward and go back into that same fair value gap and drops further, that means the fair value gap that was bullish here has later turned to a resistance to the price. Presently it's serving as a support to the price. So if it should give way and turns to a resistance, then I'll be interested in market visiting up to this level, 106 big figure. So in short form, in summary, I'll be watching if this fair value gap could give way to the downside. If the fair value gap could give way to the downside. So the low hanging fruit I'll be watching will be 107 big figure. That is that on dollar index. So our cable JBP USD. JBP USD last week I was interested in the market price visiting as far as should move from 1.23,000 to 1.26,000. 1.6,000. So I was expecting the market price to find a kind of support around 1.23,000 and should be able to deliver 1.26,000. So the market price took 1.23,000 and you can see it repels from it because this particular candle here takes 1.23,000 and it finds its way back up, but 1.26,000 was short of some movement. So the eye of this candle comes in at the eye of that candle comes in at 1.2500 on the dot. So we are short of some movement on 1.26. So the coming week is not the coming week. What I'll be watching is to see the market price staying above 1.23,000. The market price stays above 1.23,000, then I'll be interested in this high here, this high here, this high here, and the movement into 1.26 big figure. So I'm having what is it called? I'm seeing some liquidity above here, buy side. We have another swing here, is another buy side. So another high here is another buy side. So the coming week, the low hanging fruit is still 1.26 big figure. Then if you could see 1.26, 1.265, 1.26500, but the lowest hanging fruit I'll be watching is 1.26. So I'll be expecting 1.26 to be delivered. 1.26,000, 1.26,000, 26,000, or 1.26100, 1.26100. So that'll be what I'll be watching the coming week. On Euro USD, I was watching the market price could be interested in 1.03500. So the market price traded into 1.03500. Yeah, the market price traded into 1.03500. So 1.03500 was what I was watching. So the market price traded into 1.03500. So from there, what I'll be watching, if the market price could stay above 1.02500, so 1.02500 will be my kind of support level. Where I'll be anticipating the market price to serve as a support that will take us back into this high. That will take us back into this high around that will make us revisit 1.0500. This high here. So I'll be watching that high on the long run. But this level was a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. but we have seen the movement. The market price has moved efficiently into that area. This was what the fair value gap was, but the market, it has dropped and it has seen a movement back into that area before dropping. But that level serves as a kind of resistance to the price. So what I will be expecting of the market to do now is to break to the upside, and we should be able to visit this area. So that means this level here, I will be expecting it to serve as an inversion fair value gap. So I'll be expecting the market price to trade to that level and later find support around that area. Should be able to go this, then come down before taking its move. That is what I'll be watching. So I'll be watching the market price taking us back into this level, and we should be able to see 1.0500, 1.05 thousand, sorry. So as long as the market price still trades above 1.02500, 1.02500 should remain as a support to the price on Euro USD. So let's go to our S&P 500. On S&P 500 last week, I was interested in the market taking the lowest hanging fruit, which was 6,061. So those are the levels I was expecting the market price to trade. So the market price has seen 6,000, and the market price has gravitated towards 6,100. So the high of this candle that forms on Friday was 6,100. Can you call that a coincidence? Can you call that a coincidence? So now, what will I be watching the coming week? This is how I would decide. My decision will be based. I want to point out something here. My decision will be based on this. That is why I have it on my chart. So as long as the market price stays around 6,000, as long as the market stays above 6,000, I'll be expecting the market price to rally back to 6,100, and should be able to gravitate towards this high. These are relative equal highs. This high here, and this high here. So as long as the market price stays above 6,000, I should not see the market price taking the consequence encroachment of this. This should remain an inversion fair value gap. It should serve as an inversion fair value gap. Only then I'll be sticking to that analysis. As long as the market price stays above 6,000, then I'll be expecting the market price to go back to 6,100 and possibly take out the high on 61,278. So 6,000 should serve as a support, and we should see a movement into 6,100, and 6127.80 should be attacked. Then we should go to Dow futures. What I'll be watching on Dow futures, what I was watching on Dow futures last week was 45 movement into 45,000. Yes, I was interested in the market price visiting 45,000 on Dow futures. So Dow futures delivers 45,000. I'm very sure of that. The high of that candle comes in at 45.010, 45,010.65. So 45,000 has been taken. So the coming week I'll be expecting the market price should not drop below 44,000 before repelling back into 45,000. So I'll be expecting this level also to serve as a support to the price. It was drawn from here. It's a kind of liquidity void. So it's a liquidity void. So I'll be expecting the market price to stay above that liquidity void and gives us a movement back into 45,000. So I'll be watching the market price not dropping below 44,000. In a simple time, I'm expecting 44,000 to serve as a support that will take us back into 45,000 and above. Then on Nasdaq, last week I was interested in the market price gravitating towards 22,000. Yes, 22,000. But the course of the week, Nasdaq visited 21,840. That was the high it has went. So the coming week, last week we have a sharp gap down. So the market price has covered that void, that liquidity void has been taken. So the coming week, I'll be expecting the market price to find a support around 21,400, 21,400 or 21,300. So as long as the market price could not trade, let me put it that way. If the market price could not trade below this week, this is a discount week, the week of this candle that forms on Tuesday, as long as the market price could not trade beyond that level, I'll still be interested in 22,000. So I'll be interested in 21,600, 21,700, 21,800, 21,900, and 22,000. So I'll be expecting the market price finding a support around that week, around the week of this candle. So let's pick 21,300. 21,300 should be my support level. Then I should see a movement into 22,000 from 21,600 to 22,000. That's what I'll be watching the coming week on Nasdaq. Then going to gold. Gold last week I was interested in 2770 and 2800. 2770 and 2800. So I've been 2850 has been on my radar for a while. So we saw 2850 being taken last week. Then I'll be anticipating 2900. Yes, 2900. As long as the market price stays above 2800. So as long as 2800 is concerned, I'll be seeing it as a support that will lead us into 2900. Then to the last but not the least, which is the BTC. BTC last week I was interested in the market price visiting as low as 95. Yes, so I was expecting 95,000 to be taken, 95,000 to 105. 105. So 105 has been taken. Also 95,000 has been taken. The market price I've seen 91,000 so far. The low has gone as 91,000, and I've seen 95 105 as well. So as long as the market price stays below this CB here, this CB, as long as the market price still holds, that CB still holds, the high I'll be watching is just 100,000. As long as 100,000 serves as a support, as a resistance to the price, as long as 100,000 serves as a resistance to the price, I'll be watching the BTC visiting 89,000 again, 90 to 89. So as long as 100,000 serves as a resistance, sorry, I said that wrong. As long as 100,000 serves as a resistance to the price, I'll be interested in 90,000, 89,000 downwards. So thank you for coming this far with us. Thank you for being part of the family. We really love and appreciate you all. A quick disclaimer before I leave, because this will be all for today. Trading the forex market comes with risk, and you should know your risk tolerance before indulging into the forex market. The fact that I put my money behind it does not mean you should do the same thing. So everything in this video is for educational purpose and educational purpose alone. So do have a lovely week ahead, and stay safe and trade responsibly. Bye for now.